there you have it. Our national anthem, a great rendition as always by the PRHS Pep Band under the direction of Will Gunn. And Coach, any final thoughts before we get kickoff here this afternoon?
No, I think we got a good day for football. It's one of your perfect fall days with the sun. Hopefully there'll be no rain. Those clouds will keep moving south or wherever they're headed. But it's a great day for a game. I think the Plymouth has got to stop them on the first series and get their chugga offense into play. But no, looking forward to a good game, and again, the fewest turnovers the team will be victorious. They can control that, and I think we'll see a good football game. At this time of the season, people have worked out a lot of their chinks from earlier on in the season as far as offsides and things of that nature. So I think we'll see a pretty good game. I look forward to seeing Coach Lamb's defense do their jump. And when they do the jump, they draw offsides quite a bit. But he predicts there'll be 3 or 4 of those today. So we'll see how good his prediction is.
Claremont and Heine back to receive the kickoff here from Luke Legacy here on Senior Day. Bobcats in their home blue uniforms going left to right across your screen. Merrimack Valley in their white and silver uniforms as we are underway here in Week 8 of the season. Claremont from his own 15-yard line, tackled shy of the 30, as we'll see the offense for the Pride for the first time this afternoon. Number 10, Jack Parrish, will lead his offense out onto the field. Parrish this season, he is 24 for 44, 384 yards passing, 5 touchdowns, 1 interception, has a passer rating of 112.3. Four wide receivers split evenly. Handoff up the middle for Heine. Or correction, my apology, that's Scheffler, number 1 on the carry. It's the gold or the silver numbers on the white uniform that's a little hard to see at times.
Plymouth's D-line linebackers came up quick on that for a very, very short gain.
Dropping back, Paris to throw out here to the near side, finds Claremont. Gain of about 4. Out to the 32.
Nice job. That was a high percentage completion pass. He just did a quick out into the flat. Plymouth, responded pretty well. They only gave up about 4 yards on that, but still, that's the kind of thing that I think they're going to need to do. Not sure. Plymouth usually has a pretty good pass rush, and the quarterback's going to need to get rid of the ball fairly quick.
So 3rd and 5 officially. High formation. Looking for some help. Throws far side. Finds his receiver for Parrish. Across the 40. And that's Matthew Lauren, number 19, on the reception. A big first down for the Pride.
That was a great pass by the quarterback. He was running and a little bit for his life at one point with some pressure from Plymouth and threw the ball. Defensive back kind of came up and tried to pick the ball, but it was over his head. So he might have misplayed that a little bit, but it was a great catch on the other end, and they're down on the inside the Plymouth 40 with the first down.
2-back set. Handoff on the pole to the right side. A couple extra yards here. We'll see what they spot it.
Claremont on the carry.
It's Claremont on that carry. They're going to give him no gain as his knee hit at the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, and I don't think they're going to do much damage to Plymouth from tackle to tackle. Offensively, I think that they're wise. I mean, the completion prior to this last play were twins right, twins left with single back with the quarterback, and spreading things out and throwing a relatively quick to medium pass is where their strength's going to be.
Paris to throw here near side, and just too high for his intended target. there for the likes of number 88, Michael Heine.
Rainier, who has got his left hand, looks like in a soft cast or something over there, came up pretty quick, so there wouldn't have been much of a gain if it was completed, but it was thrown a little bit too high.
I can tell you for sure, seeing his arm yesterday, that is not a soft cast. It's padded extremely well.
Wishful thinking.
I know, right? 3rd and 10 here for the Pride in Bobcat territory. Single back set. Paris to throw over the middle. Finds his target again. Chance here for Merrimack Valley inside the 10. And Heine's tackled at about the 6, and the Pride are moving against the Bobcats.
Well, there's your tight end. He ran a seam pass on that. They got the back split out. He was wide open down the seam, slightly over the middle, and that kid's a stud. He get the ball in his hands, and he will run with the football afterwards. So that was a great play, and I think Merrimack Valley has got it dialed in right now, and the formula's working.
1st and goal from the 6. Claremont alone in the backfield. Hand off to him, trying to get some blockers on the left side of the line. He'll dive forward for maybe a couple yards.
And again, I think that the quarterback, we're on the left hash now. I think the quarterback's got to roll out where he has the option to either pass or run. Again, tackle to tackle, they're not going to push Plymouth around. Plymouth's just got too big of an interior, and they're good, skilled players with experience.
8:40 and counting, first quarter. Pride threatening to score on the opening drive of the game. 2nd and goal from the 5. Sheffer in the backfield. He'll spin out, and a flag on the offense here.
We have procedure. I think the halfback may have taken off a little too soon.
Yeah, Sheffer just peeled out there. An easy call from the referee.
Yeah. But again, if you look at that, they're twins left, twins to the right, and they're sending that back out of the backfield, which actually gives you trips. So they're going to clear out that flat over there, hit him with a short, quick one, and let him do his magic running the football.
Yeah, it's all about getting that numbers game against your opponent for their defense. If you've got more numbers than them on one side, it's pretty easy to make it work.
Yep.
Again, Sheffer in the backfield. They go back to the same formation before the penalty. Paris to throw, and it's intercepted!
It's a pick, and he's off to the races.
Jackson Rainier cast and all across midfield at the 20. No one's going to stop him. A pick 6 and a touchdown for Plymouth.
I can't tell you how big that play was. I'll tell you, Rainier was right there, and he had good position on the receiver, and the ball was thrown a little short, and Jackson was there. I was holding my breath on the way down because the one guy running to try to catch up with Rainier, because there was a Merrimack Valley player chasing Rainier pretty quickly, but the Plymouth kid actually fell down, and the Merrimack Valley kid tripped over him, so it worked out very well without a penalty.
Unofficially a 95-yard pick 6 for Jackson Rainier, as Legacy is on for the extra point attempt. Good hold from Sanborn, and this one drilled way up high, and the extra point is good.
Well, it was a great play, but I'll tell you what, right now, they better be thinking about something a little different, because Merrimack Valley's got their number moving the ball down the field. I think that Merrimack Valley, if that quarterback had rolled out, he would have had a different result. Either he would have been able to take it in, or he would have had somebody else a little more open than that. The play prior to that was called for motion, it was set up for 6 points. So Plymouth's got to take a look at that, and of course Coach Lamb is going to be all over that and make adjustments, but they need to, because Merrimack Valley is pushing them around offensively.
And you look at Merrimack Valley, yes, they're 3-4 entering today, but they're coming off of a 17-12 win at Conval last week. Earlier they had back-to-back wins at home against Kennett, and before that at St. Thomas. So this is a team that can definitely perform at the top here in Division II.
MV players too. They're perennially they're tough kids, and they hit hard, and they're going to play well. And there's a lot of pride in this team. It's obvious they seem to play well together.
Well, it fits with their mascot for sure, with the pride. Legacy to kick off from the 40. He'll drill this one deep inside the 10. Claremont going to try to cut back, has some room for a second, and is tackled across the 25. Claremont on the return.
Looked like our young man, Mr. Crane, was in on that tackle.
So the defense will go back to work for Plymouth. We'll see if Merrimack Valley can drive the field like they did a moment ago. Unfortunately, just coming up short with the pick 6. Go to the I formation, another formation they like when they're not in the shotgun. Rolling out, Paris to the left, trying to find a target. He's going to have to tuck and run, and he gets swallowed up in the backfield.
That's our boy, Mr. Was that 23 on that? Or 83, I'm sorry.
Yep.
That was Liam Shannon has done a great job this year, defensively especially. He comes up quick. He's got great speed. He ran him down and then took him down, and very, very impressive. That was a 4-yard gain probably that could have been 3 or 4 more yards if he hadn't gotten to him right away.
I feel just from seeing him last year to this year, not only is it more experience, but he's able to read the backfield and his matchup, who his assignment is, a lot better. And the reason why he's playing so well defensively. Here, Paris going to throw out, and a flag on the snap. This will be against Merrimack Valley. Yeah, false start on the offense.
Well, this is the kind of stuff you get a little jumpy up there, and it really takes a little bit of the wind out of your sails when you make those kind of mistakes. And those kind of mistakes shouldn't be happening this time of the year.
Second and 18 for the Pride from their own 19-yard line. Paris the shotgun, gonna air it out. Pressure in the pocket, finds it right over the middle on the seam. Still with it is the likes of Heine, the tight end, at midfield, and another big first down for the Pride.
He ran a quick slant across the middle and was about 2 or 3 steps ahead of the 2 defenders that were chasing him. And the quarterback just laid in a perfect pass, and there you go. So this is going to be the formula they're going to stick with, and it's successful. Quarterback just maybe has to have a little more patience. And I do think that when we get down to the real estate, when we're inside the 10-yard line, they got to utilize that quarterback to sprint out and have the option to run and pass.
Handoff up the middle, nowhere for Sheffer to go. Loss of 1 on the carry.
Well, again, you know, when you see the 2 backs with the quarterback in there, the only play they've run is they fake to one and hand to the other, and it's between the tackles, and it's not gone anywhere so far. So I think Coach could probably take that one out of repertoire right now. I mean, once you can spread out the defense a little bit, then you can go inside, but they're not going to beat Plymouth inside with the size they have.
Emmett Nossman in on the tackle for Plymouth. I formation. Paris will roll out to the right, hands in his face, and again finds his favorite target. Honey across the 25. And Pride are moving on this Plymouth defense.
Well, that was a touchdown save by Nathan Lyons, who caught his foot because that kid was gone. He was also wide open over in the flats about 10 yards downfield. And this is the kind of thing that Plymouth's got to make some kind of an adjustment here, because they're not able to give enough quick pressure off the snap, and it's leaving the quarterback just enough time to get to his receivers.
So you're going trips right side here. Handoff for Sheffer across the 20, and forward progress will give him a couple of yards. Sheffer on the carry. Brought down by Knopf.
Well, again, you're running at that tackle. If they're going to run, they got to run outside the tackles on both sides. Hopefully, get the edge, but they're not going to really go anywhere up the middle.
Second and 8 for Merrimack Valley. 4:21 to go in the first quarter, trying to tie things up. Deep in Bobcat territory.
Looking at the I formation here.
Handoff. Claremont has some blockers inside the 15. And close to the first down mark. It'll be 3rd and 2, 3rd and 1 here, depending on the spot.
Yeah, and that you're in 4-down territory, and there again, they got their tailback about 7 yards back, and he went off tackle with blocker in front of him, and they were able to pick up some yardage. You know, you start doing that, and then the interior of the defensive line has got to spread out just a little bit to make sure to cover that, and that's when your inside stuff might work.
3rd and 2 at the 13. Again, second time inside the red zone. We'll see what the Bobcats can hold. Back to the I formation. Paris under center. Handoff, Claremont right side. Tries to cut back up. Shannon in on the tackle, but it's going to be enough for a Merrimack Valley first down. It'll be 1st and goal for the Pride.
On the carry.
Plymouth offense should be well rested at this point in time. They haven't seen the field all quarter.
Well rested, but you got Medeiros in the lineup there too. A little exhausted.
Actually, your linemen have been in the whole time. They go both ways for the most part. But
single back.
There's
the option pitch over to Sheffer. Cuts back up inside. Still on his feet. Dives for the end zone. And he's in for a Pride touchdown. Great effort there from Colby Sheffer, the senior running back.
I was waiting to see the option. I was wondering when they were going to have that because it was set up where they can go off tackle with the quarterback and that quick. He pitched it quick, which was great, and it gave the running back about 5 to 7 yards of space where he could maneuver a little bit, and did a great job running the football and an excellent second effort.
Yeah, I'm surprised we haven't seen it earlier because it's a play that they love to run. And a flag on the play.
Offside on the defense.
Okay.
Lining up. You got to make sure where you're at, guys.
Travis Garcia listed as a guard on the offensive side, taking the extra point attempt. Saw him warming up and had a decent leg in warm-ups. So they'll move this in towards hands. Oh, they're going to wave it off and decline it.
They decline it. They're just going to kick the extra point, yeah.
Well, you don't want to get it too tight, then you don't have space.
Right.
Good snap. Garcia with a nice leg, and it's up and through, and we are tied at 7 here late in the first quarter with 2:45 remaining.
And that kick was a great grab by number 24 of the Youth Football League. He caught that one through the uprights and got high fives from his buddies. The game within a game.
Thundercats football having a great season as well. And Bobcats.
Where can they find it?
So Plymouth will be at St. Thomas next Friday night, a 6 p.m. kickoff down in Dover. That game will be brought to you with the Bobcat Media Network in Studio 48 as the wind takes the football for a little ride.
And wind hasn't been a factor yet. I'm looking at the flag down there. It's fluffing up a little bit now, but it's been pretty still, which has been helpful to the quarterback.
Garcia ready to kick it off here. Marsh and Shannon back to receive. It heads towards Shannon and through the end zone for a touchback. And not bad into the wind there, too.
Well, we'll see what Plymouth's going to do. I think we're going to see more of the same here with them. They're going to push the ball tackle to tackle upfield, run the football, and see if Merrimack Valley can stop them.
So we'll see Luke Diamond for the first time today. He comes in this season 11 for 23, 325 yards passing, 2 touchdowns, 2 interceptions through 7 games. Double shift, Legacy, and Patridge, who had a stellar game last week at Sauhegan. Valenti gets out to the 24.
Valenti on the carry.
Well, 4 times 3 is 12, and that's a first down. So that's all you need. I had an old football coach, Mike Walsh, God rest his soul, great coach for Plymouth High School, very successful while he was here, would always say 3.5 yards in a cloud of dust. He says nobody can stop you.
Talking about Patridge, a fantastic game, 20 carries for 122 yards, 1 touchdown. Robbie Thorne with 3 touchdowns in the game, and another big rush here for Valenti across the 30 out to the 35, and an 11-yard carry for a Bobcat first down.
That's just a quick hitter. You got the halfback coming across for the fake, but the fullback just takes the ball and heads up through the 4-hole, which is between your center and guard, and he popped through there and churned off some nice yardage. They've gone into speed sweep formation now, too, so we'll see what happens going to the far side of the field.
Patridge will come in motion, hand off to him, going to try to cut up field. Little stutter across the 40 out to about the 42. And it was Marshall Hollins, the defensive tackle, the junior, in on the tackle there for the Pride.
And that's your trap, and the trap has worked well for them all year long. They've run it quite a bit.
2nd and 3 for Plymouth, approaching the final minute of the opening quarter. They're going to go back to the same formation of Bargwin lining up wide to the left. Motion, handoff to the fullback of Ben Valenti again for another Bobcat first down.
That was the exact same play, but they gave to the fullback first, and that's a great way to kind of soften things a little in the middle and come back, and Valenti hit that hole very quickly and did a nice job picking up the first down.
So he will sub out. Robbie Thorne will come into the backfield this time.
Again in that speed sweep formation.
Rousseau in motion. Diamond going to spin back inside, throws it up, and that could be close to intentional grounding, but no flag on the play. They're going to say there was a receiver within the area.
Well, he didn't have much of a chance. They went with the play action on that on 2nd down, and they were coming from the left side, which screwed everything up for him. He was really kind of forced to just wing that thing, but fortunately he didn't wing it downfield too much and off to the side. He was off balance as he threw that too, as he almost got tackled.
So we'll see Logan Marsh come into the game. See if we have some sort. We're going to stay in that speed sweep. Marsh in motion. Handoff, Thorne has some running room across the middle. The big fella tearing the Pride on his back inside the 35, and that should do it for the first quarter.
I can't help but chuckle every time I see Mr. Thorne, a.k.a. Coke Machine, run that ball and then run over about 6 players. He just does a great job getting through the hole, and after getting through there, he keeps adding the yards. So.
See if Plymouth tries to get one off here with 3 seconds on the clock. And they do not, as time will expire here in the first quarter. It's been an exciting one. The Pride doing extremely well on offense, but Plymouth getting the opening touchdown on a 95-yard pick six from Jackson Renier, but Merrimack answering right back on the next drive. We go to the second, tied at 7 on Pemmy Baker TV. Back here at Zulius Field, the campus of Plymouth Regional High School. Dan Salzer alongside Mike Courier on Pemmy Baker TV. So glad you could join us for this Week 8 matchup. Bobcats trying to stay undefeated and stay atop Division II, inching closer to locking up that top seed for the postseason. Diamond going to step back and throw to the near side. Finds Cooper Legacy. It was in his hands, and he was looking upfield, and he dropped it.
Well, it was thrown a little bit behind him where he had to slow down, but he took his eyes off us, I think, last minute. But he was wide open. I mean, I would think he was so open, he felt lonely probably. But it was a pretty good ball.
Yeah, it's just that you're excited, you want to get upfield quickly, but the fundamentals have to play a role, and a tough drop. So it'll be 2nd and 10 from the 33. Patridge in slight motion, handoff to him right side. Has some runners and dives for the stick. Gets out to the 25-yard line. Good 8-yard carry for Patridge.
Yeah, he did a nice job in that. A second effort got him an extra couple of yards, which was good. Plymouth going quick.
Diving through the line. A carry there for the first down.
Yeah, Reese Claremont was in the backfield about as quick as you could get, and was in there with his hands on Diamond and made the handoff.
I think that was
up the first down.
Jed Duquette, number 75, who was the one laying through there. Well, either way.
There were two guys, and I think they were probably both those guys in at the same time. It was like, who let them in? I mean, somebody left the door open.
Exactly. Either way, Plymouth got to be careful. This is a Pride team that is itching for an upset.
Well, and they've got nothing at all to lose. They can play their hearts out and do the best they can and then walk off the field at the end, win or lose, feeling like, they gave it all. They're certainly playing well today.
Fullback handoff. It's Valenti dancing around defenders inside the 10. Tackled at the 5.
Nice job by Ben. Went in there, made a little sidestep. But, again, that first back through, that offensive line is making some quick holes. And, you don't need much. All you need is a couple of quick steps and leave a little crease, and your running back is through there.
Duquette and Heine in on the tackle. They'll mark it at the 4. 1st and goal for Plymouth. Trying to get back out ahead here. And some whistles.
I think maybe timeout.
And it is indeed a timeout call by Merrimack Valley. Their first charge timeout. We'll step aside here. 10:26 to go, second quarter. Knotted at 7. You're watching Bobcat football on Pemmy Baker TV.
We're looking at Thorne at tailback. I can imagine where the ball's going to go.
Still 1st and goal. A direct snap to Robbie Thorne. Ticks on Heine, and he's in for a Bobcat touchdown.
Yeah, that was, I wasn't really paying close enough attention. That was the Wildcat. Came a direct snap back to Robbie Thorne, and he ran it in. They use that with he and Ben both, and it's great for short yardage especially, because you got 220 pounds coming at you with a 5-yard head start. And I don't know about you, but I ain't getting in the way of that.
Nope, I'm not getting in the way. I'll just say step aside and come on in, sir. This is all yours. Extra point attempt for Legacy. Good snap and driven low, and it does sneak over the crossbar, and a 14-7 lead for the Bobcats here on Senior Day.
Well, now this next series will be important. Plymouth, if they want to break this thing open a little bit, they have got to stop them on 4 downs. And again, passing attack and what they're doing running outside the tackle is working for Merrimack Valley.
10:20 to go, second quarter. Pride looking into the sun to receive this kick. Heine and Claremont back to receive.
And Legacy has the ability to put this in the end zone, and I'd like to see him do that. Because I think we can get, Merrimack Valley's got the potential to return the football too.
And over in, Heine at his own 7. Getting some blockers left side, has some running room. This is dangerous. Heine down the left wing side at the 30, still on his feet and tackled at the 20 in a massive return for the Pride. And Plymouth has no answer on defense or special teams at the moment.
Did I say something about?
I think you might have.
I feel like Nostradamus here. Actually, lovingly, I was doing a softball game with the field hockey coach, Miss Laufenberg, and I made a couple of predictions, and she started calling me Nostradamus.
So if you need any fortune telling, go to Mike Curry. He knows the future.
Yeah, stocks. You just name it. I'll make you rich for a percentage.
So nevertheless, 1st and 10 at the 20 of Plymouth for Merrimack Valley. Pitch back here. Claremont has nowhere to go. Be about a loss of 1.
That was a great job done by Taylor Russo. Came in there, lowered his shoulder, forced the play inside, and they had plenty of backup for a stop short of. They lost about 1, close to 1 on that. And again, I'm not sure you can go wide on Plymouth, but I think between tackle and where a flanker would be right in that area, that's probably their soft spot.
Back to the I formation. Sheffer, Claremont in the backfield. Paris going to roll out, throw out to the left, finds his target there in Sheffer.
And there was a mistake on the defense on that. They had 2 receivers, both. The deeper one was covered a bit, but not well, and the shorter one was all by himself out there. So somebody missed a key.
Well, I see Nolan Gavin talking with the line judge about possibly he was looking for a hold inside, and that's maybe why there was so much space.
Possibly. I mean, if you watch the D-backs in the NFL, I mean, they hold every single play. So.
But nevertheless, 1st and goal from the 9. Or really the 8-yard line here. Design Wildcat here to Claremont, diving forward inside the 5.
Quarterback ran that. That was direct snap back to the quarterback, and the 2 running backs let up the hole.
Brought down by Crane.
My apology.
It's okay. And that was decent for a couple of yards. I still think they angle that towards the tackle, and they have a better opportunity to break it in and up for a score. But let's hope they're not listening.
2nd and goal from the 3. Paris back under center. Handoff, Claremont nearly trips over himself towards the end zone, and it looks like he's going to just be short inside the 1. Really impressed with Merrimack Valley here today.
Yeah. I mean, the short yardage, they got some big boys on the line that can push Plymouth back, and I don't know, they're looking pretty darn good right now. They don't look like a 3-4 team.
Not at all. Pride trying to answer right back and tie this game up, or at least get within an extra point attempt. Paris quarterback keeper going to be pushed in for the Pride touchdown. We'll see where the marking is, and there's the signal. And he just got tossed forward by Claremont.
Well, I have watched some games this year, and it always baffles me why they don't go with like a quarterback sneak on first sound, because you get that first step in there. And if you're talking at a yard or 2 yards, you're going to score, and as they did this time.
Garcia for the extra point. High snap, but a solid hold, and that one would have been good from midfield by the looks of things, as we are knotted at 14, 7:15 to go in the second quarter. It's going to come down, it feels like, to who has the ball on the last possession, the way this game is going back and forth.
Well, right now it looks like that, and the thing is there's the one turnover with Jeremy Rainier, who ran it back 95 yards for a touchdown, but there has not been much in terms of turnovers, mistakes.
Yeah. Couple of offensive penalties on the Pride, but yeah, defense for both teams really hasn't been there. Which is great for the audience and us viewing the game, having all the offensive firepower.
Well, Plymouth needs to grind it down and put another touchdown on there and go into the half at 21-14. Don't let Merrimack Valley get the ball again this half.
Yeah, especially when you're going to receive the kickoff in the third quarter and have a chance to add that 2-touchdown lead if you can get it.
Right. That would put them up, if all things went according to plan, 28-14, which would give them a little bit more of a buffer from that offense.
Great kick from Garcia in towards the wind, and Marsh at his own 4. Marsh has Shannon out, blocking ahead. Logan Marsh is off and running across midfield. A nice return, trying to find some room across the 30. And now Plymouth with a great return on special teams.
He had an open alley right up the left-hand side and did a great job following his blockers. Plymouth set that up very, very well. Special teams means a lot. Especially it puts you in a position where you're first and 10 from the opposition's 28-yard line. So you're closer to the end zone, and you probably will get it in if you don't make any mistakes.
A 63-yard return for Logan Marsh gives the Bobcats some great field position. 7:03 to go, second quarter. Diamond, handoff here on a little sweep for Patridge. He'll get inside the 15, and just like that, a gain of 13 on the play for the Bobcat first down.
That was a great job by Patridge, following the blocking, his hand on the back of the blocker. But the guy that really opened that up was Alex Fleury, came across on a pull, and he's the guy that kicks the end out so he can go up inside that and get that kind of yardage. Holes don't create themselves.
Absolutely not. See what the Bobcats can do here from the 15. It's Legacy! Cooper Legacy at the 10. I believe his first carry of the season.
Yeah, that was an inside trap. That was a well-designed play. Had motion going to the right, and then Cooper coming in with the inside handoff by the quarterback. So that was a great pickup of about 6, I believe, Coach.
They'll mark him 5 yards on the carry down to the 10. Same formation again. This time it's Logan Marsh. Good on the edge. Trying to get towards the end zone. Tackled at about the 2.
Yeah. There's your speed sweep, and he had the blocker right in front of him. Did a great job taking it down there.
St. George, number 55, with that protection out ahead to give him that extra couple yardage, and a first and goal from the 2.
And Marsh will be the kid you'll probably see coming in at quarterback after Luke Diamond. They're trying to get him more involved, at least in the running part of the game.
So Diamond, on the rare occasion, stays inside the 5. It's been a lot of Wildcat last few weeks. Here's Valenti, and they'll walk in untouched for a Plymouth touchdown.
That says a lot for the tight end on that side and the wing on that side, folding that corner in. So Valenti just kind of scoots in there untouched. unharmed, and Plymouth's doing a great job with that. They just got to find something in their defense to get 4 downs and out against Merrimack Valley.
Yeah, but say, did they score too quickly with 5:11 to go in the quarter for a chance for Merrimack Valley? Depending, I know, it was a fantastic punt or a kickoff return, as this one is up and good.
Darn that Marsh kid with a 63-yard return. Come on, man, we're trying to do ball control here. What are you thinking?
But now you've got to watch out for the return the other way, and you wonder if Legacy will try to put it away or maybe even go short here.
Well, I kind of like the chip shot, you know, get it up in the air. We get to get our defenders down there under the ball so that they can't mount any kind of a return.
So there's a 26 that I don't have on our roster. That's one of the men back for the Pride. I'm actually going to switch it here. Now they're reading that exactly as we were thinking. They're going to put, well, they have an 8 now, which we don't have on our roster. Back at the 20.
These guys are probably on witness protection. You know, they don't want to be identified.
So we apologize for not having the correct numbers of the roster that we received from Merrimack Valley. Nothing against them at all. You never know if it was a torn jersey or away home, different numbers.
There you go.
There's the chip
shot.
And they're going to go to the near side. It better stay in bounds, and it does so. Heine from his 18 has some running room, dances through some defenders out to the 36-yard line, but nevertheless, Plymouth able to keep the Pride on their side of the field here with 5:05 to go in the first half.
Yeah, it didn't quite work out the way they had hoped. It was a really nice run, actually. He made some great cuts in through there, but still, they're taking the ball over at the 30, looks like 37, and the further they have to go, the better it is for Plymouth. Right now, we could use a fumble or some kind of a takeaway.
So they're going to go trips on the near side. Expect to run with this formation. And they don't. They go with a pass attempt, and that one's dumped off to Sheffer. He was hit right away in a loss of at least 2 or 3 on that play. Plymouth was ready for it. I was totally expecting the run from how I've watched on the film this week.
Yeah. Cooper Legacy followed that great. I mean, they tripped up to the short side of the field and then tried to go with a little quick screen to the wide side. They'd probably been better to do it the other way around. But it was good coverage. It's the kind of thing they need. They need to stop the next play and see what they can do.
Barrett's going to throw. Dumps back in the pocket over the middle. And it is caught. They're going to say it was caught from Heine across midfield.
That kid's tough. He's good.
I was waiting for the signal. I don't want to anticipate, but wow. Paris and Heine, a dynamic duo here. Well, if you get your tight end running, why not keep going to him as they've done?
Well, and again, he's the kid that he's a big, strong kid. When he catches the football, he is going to get another 5, 10, 15 yards once he receives the ball. He's just a good athlete.
In the shotgun. Handoff, Sheffer has a load of running room in front. Across the 30, has 2 guys to beat. He'll be tackled at the Bobcat 20.
Sheffer on the carry.
That handoff went back against where they were all, they were pushing everything to the left, and he cut back to the right, and it was wide open for him. So it was a smart play on his part to pick that up.
That counter, the line's moving well in sync for Merrimack Valley. And Roland Gavin, kind of last man back to stop a touchdown. It's just like that. Within about a minute and a half, Merrimack Valley inside the red zone.
We haven't seen the option again yet either, and that's...
Paris gonna throw over the middle, finds his receiver, and he'll back in for a touchdown. And check out who it is once again, but there is a flag on the play.
Yeah, I believe it's going to be offensive interference because he pushed number 22 before he caught that.
Yeah, it was Heine pushing off from Nathan Lyons. But that was just my guy is taller and stronger. I'm going to throw it up there and make him catch it.
But I think you're going to see it's going to be offensive.
It is. Yeah, you're right, Coach. So a lucky break there for Plymouth.
Penalty for
and they needed that.
It's an ineligible receiver downfield is the
really?
call.
Okay, well, I guess I missed it, but I certainly saw him push 22.
But that's only a 5-yard, so that's huge for Merrimack Valley. It's 1st and 15 from the 25 now.
Yeah. Well, they got a mismatch with Heine and our D-back.
Lions.
Lions, the height difference, is a big difference.
As we will have a timeout on the field taken by Merrimack Valley, their second charge timeout. We'll step aside as well, getting late here in the first half. Plymouth hanging on to a 21-14 lead here at home. Back here to the timeout by Merrimack Valley. They have one remaining. Plymouth has all 3 of theirs. 3:08 on the clock, and it's 1st and 15 from the 25 for Merrimack Valley. So Shefford alone in the backfield. Throw out in the flat, forward progress on the throw, so it's not a live ball. It'll fall incomplete.
Well, that's a quick pass, and it's hard to get your hand and get a grip on the ball. And if he's throwing without the laces, it makes it even more difficult. I heard Tom Brady talking about that the other night, that he hated throwing the ball quickly where he couldn't use his laces, and it does make a huge difference.
Especially with the temperatures getting a little bit cooler. Not that this isn't a stellar Saturday in late October.
Well, I'm sure the quarterback's hands down there are not nearly as big as Tom Brady's. So makes it even more difficult.
Twins split evenly, 4-wide receiver set. Paris over the middle, and it will just be out of the reach. Believe that was Matthew Lauren, number 19, the intended target, and it's going to bring up 3rd down.
And we have Mr. Marsh had pretty good coverage on that. He was right there. So we're looking at 3rd down and about 15.
15 it is, Coach, from the 25. 4 down territory for Merrimack Valley in this kind of shootout of a game already here in the first half.
Well,
Heine's going to line up in the slot, and the trips on the near side. Watch out for him to be a target. He gets jammed at the line and falls incomplete for Sheffer, and 4th down here for the Pride.
Well, yet he had a little more pressure. He threw off his back foot, and he threw the ball low. It was so quickly done, but I saw Emmett Nossaman was providing pressure up the middle. I almost thought, if you're going to run a screen pass, you really need to run a deeper screen where your quarterback creates more space between the line of scrimmage and himself. That way you get the rush coming in, but it opens up for the receiver and the lineman to get out where they need to get. And these are like quick screens, which haven't really been very successful.
So they're going to go for the field goal attempt here. We're going for a 42-yard attempt for Garcia. He's got the leg for it.
And we do have our quarterback holding the ball. They're going to kick it.
Perfect on the tee, and that is absolutely crushed. And again, that would have been good from about 50, but the field goal for Garcia is up and good, and a 21-17 now lead for the Bobcats. My goodness.
Well, we got 2:52 left in the first half, and if Plymouth can get a good return and put another score on the board, that's going to, it's going to create 2 scores, and then they're going to come back and get the ball in the second half. So let's just say, for the sake of fantasy, they go up 28-17 at the half, then come back and score again. Then now they've got a decent pad, but they picked up 3 on the field goal, and it was a good thing that Plymouth held them to just that.
But I just can't get over Garcia's leg. And that was slightly into the wind as well, and it would have been good from 50 or 60. Yeah. That thing was hammered. So we'll see what Plymouth can do with the return here. Again, Shannon and Marsh back to receive the kick. Garcia will check with his line. They're set to kick off from the 40. And a beautiful kick, and it's going to go through the end zone for the touchback. And as listed as a guard and a defensive tackle, I think he's found his calling. My goodness.
He's got a good foot. I tell you, when you can consistently put your kickoff into the end zone and you can boot I don't know how far that field goal was, but
it was a 42-yard field goal.
Well, there you go. I mean, there could be a spot on a roster for you going into college somewhere if that's what you like to do.
So if there's any scouts watching, be sure to contact Merrimack Valley.
Send them to Plymouth State.
Yeah. Coach Castonia, I know you're not watching right now because you have your own game, but we'll send you the film. So Diamond will get the offense going from the Plymouth 20-yard line. Marsh in motion. Handoff, Valenti trying to dance upfield. Oh my, he's got some room. What a stutter step at the line of scrimmage. At the 50, he'll spin, still on his feet, and tackled at the Pride 45-yard line. Ben Valenti, have yourself a first half. Oh.
Well, I'll tell you, that was the kick return they needed. And now they're up to the 50-yard line with 2 minutes and 39 seconds, which is a ton of time, with 3 timeouts to boot.
But that lateral movement that Ben Valenti had at the line to find that hole.
Yeah, and his acceleration, once you make that lateral move, but then you accelerate that quickly, that makes you very dangerous.
Here's Eli Crane now with the carry. He's got some blocking out in front. And he'll be tackled at the 40, gain of 5 on the run.
I believe Coach will probably just try to push this ball down the field so that by the time they get to the end zone, if that does happen, time is almost out, and that would be a smart way to end the first half.
Approaching 2 minutes. Nevertheless, this has been probably the most exciting game at home for Plymouth all season. Diamond, drop backs in the pocket.
Good
throw.
Wide open.
Wide open. Jackson Rainier inside the 20, tackled at the 15. And I didn't think he was going to be able to play offense with a cast here today, but he's making it look easy like it's not even there.
Jackson Rainier, his middle name is Tough.
Yeah.
You know, I love that kid. He just and he catches anything thrown near him. I think his dad Tony plays catch with him all the time, and even with a hand wrapped up or not, he still. But he was wide open. He was so wide open. Great call.
Speed sweep formation. A Bargwin wide left. They're going to bring motion. Handoff to Robbie Thorne. Will gain maybe 2 on the carry.
On the carry.
And we're going to have a timeout on the field. And it should be Plymouth's first, and it is their first timeout. We'll keep it right here for you. With 1:16 to go, and it feels as though Plymouth's getting more comfortable as the game has gone on. It's just, if you're Coach Lamb, what can you do differently defensively? What changes are you looking to make to try to stop this Pride's offense when they're on the field?
Well, I think the key is you got to get a little more pressure on the quarterback, and I think they had a couple of good plays. The pass interference was definitely key, offensive pass interference on that last drive, and to hold them to 3 points is huge because, as you look at the numbers, they're down by 4. If you score now, you're up by 11. And then you get the ball coming out in the second half, so you have an ability to create more distance point-wise between Merrimack Valley and the Bobcats. And Merrimack Valley's got the capacity to score quickly, though, so that's why you need more room in between point-wise. And you look at them now, and they've got nobody's back deep. They've got 11 guys basically in the box on defense.
Hand off Robbie Thorne, trying to get some blocking with Patridge. He'll spin inside across the 10. They'll mark him at about the 7-yard line. Be 3rd and 3 here by the looks of things.
And they're going with a hurry-up offense. They're not giving any time for substitutions or anything.
Again, Thorne inside the 5 now.
Thorne on the carry.
Patcher's doing well,
And-
trying to be that lead blocker as the clock will stop as it's placed. It'll be 1st and goal at the 5.
Quick pitch to the right now to the lead halfback would be a nice play.
Yeah, Thorne again for the 3rd time's a charm towards the end zone. It'll be down inside the 1. And a timeout Plymouth.
Yeah, good call by Coach Sanborn. Get everybody settled down. Get very specific about the next 2 plays to run if you need them.
Clock will stop with 34 seconds. We'll keep it right here for you.
It looks like it's inside the 1 down there. So.
Yeah, definitely. Right there at the 1-yard line.
And again, this isn't a bad time for a quarterback sneak on first down. You get up there, you get under first down, you snap it, and Legacy's in for 6. But again, I know that they're playing to protect him from any kind of injury. So
Yeah, well, Diamond's staying right now. He's in the huddle, so we'll see if he stays in.
Yeah, and certainly when you got 2 guys that are over 200 pounds in the backfield, you can punch them in, with that as well. Thorne seems to be somewhat unstoppable when you get in that short yardage.
As he will come back out. Patridge as well will be in the backfield. You're going to bring in Cooper Mack on that right side. Plymouth trying to add to their lead here. From the 1, it's going to go to Patridge and in untouched.
It was a great
opposite
call.
way.
Yep, that was a great call. They went backside on that, and everybody was looking to the right side.
And we got a flag after the touchdown.
Touchdown scored by number 24, Tristan Patrick.
There's going to be some taunting, probably the call here.
It's against Plymouth.
That's what I'm thinking. It came well after Patridge's cross. The touchdown will count, as you see. Oh, it's on Merrimack Valley.
Okay.
Dead ball personal foul on Merrimack Valley, so that'll be enforced on the kickoff.
Well, that's the thing, too, is you get a little chippy sometimes when you're getting pushed around a little bit, and it's too bad to see that because it doesn't do anything to help you.
Oh, it's not like Merrimack Valley's done anything wrong here today.
No, that was
just the emotions of the game. As Legacy's extra point is good, and in a 11-point lead now for Plymouth, 28-17 with 30 seconds to go here in the second quarter.
Now with the penalty, hopefully he can put that thing right in the end zone. Let's not even take a chance at a return. So I'm not sure how much yard, if that's a 15-yard or if that's a 10-yard penalty.
It's probably a 10-yard. They'll probably be kicking off from midfield.
Yay! I could even get it down to the 10 from there, probably. Well, maybe not.
Well, I mean, the wind's going against you in this case. It's picking up, as we see with the American flag, off to the left.
Kicking off from the 40.
What
was that?
Yeah.
Was that both sides?
No.
Nope. Okay.
So they just had to mark it off. I was going to say, it's definitely from midfield.
Yeah.
Oh, it's a 15. Never mind. You're right. So we're going to kick off from the Pride's 45-yard line. Luke Legacy will probably drill this through the uprights.
Yeah, absolutely. Somebody must have said a bad word or something for a 15-yarder. But, that's where the discipline comes in. And if you don't have the discipline and you make mistakes like that, they just come back to haunt you.
Legacy end over end. It's going to be fair caught in the end zone. Yep. And a touchback. And the Pride will have it with 30 seconds from the 20. And do you risk it? Do you try to push it downfield and try to get back to within 3 before half? Or you just try to...
Yeah, Merrimack Valley's going to go for it. And Plymouth's going to go into a prevent defense. They're going to get 4 guys back. You can see them right now spread out. No one's going to throw over them.
Go with that cover 6. Drop everybody back. Yeah, that's exactly. Oh, gotta be careful. Thorne gets off in time before too many men call. And a whistle here.
I think Chris probably called timeout to.
Scoreboard's running.
All right.
I don't under.
That's the way we like it, right? The whole.
Oh, they're just going to take the knee and run it out here.
Oh, okay.
So I thought there's a timeout, but nevertheless,
Yep, well.
Merrimack Valley will take the knee and lead us to halftime here from Plymouth Regional High School. The Plymouth Bobcat lead 28-17. And, Coach, we've talked about it a lot, but what are your biggest takeaways here from the first half?
Well, I think that Plymouth finally did a little bit better job defensively, and holding them to a field goal was key. Because Merrimack Valley has had their number moving that ball, throwing the football. So coming back in the second half, Plymouth, if they just get their ground chuck offense and just take the ball down and score again, that puts them up 35-17. And at that point in time, you've got some room. But Plymouth still has to make the plays in the defensive secondary. And they've got to get a little more pressure on that quarterback because, give him enough time. And the kid's mobile, and he throws a good football. He's not a long he won't throw long on you as much as you will medium to short. But when you got athletes out there catching the football like 88, he's going to run with that ball afterwards. So I think that's kind of, in a nutshell, that's kind of what we're looking at.
So if you're Plymouth, how can you take Heine out of this game? It's hard to kind of get a double team on him. And
well, one of the things you do is you block him at the line.
Yep.
I don't know if they've been doing that or not. I haven't really watched for that, but it just kind of struck me, having coached tight ends, is that you want to slow that guy down. You hit him at the line of scrimmage, so you don't let him get off the line of scrimmage.
We'll be back. We'll ask Mike Courier some more thoughts heading into the second half, but here at halftime, it's Plymouth Regional High School 28, Merrimack Valley High School 17. Bobcats trying to stay undefeated. We'll see if they can do that in the second half. You're watching Bobcat football on Pemmy Baker TV. Welcome back on Pemmy Baker TV. Dan Salzer alongside Coach Mike Courier. Teams are back on the field warming up. Bobcats hold a 28-17 lead at the half. It's been a back and forth affair, but we want to give some other shout outs to Bobcat teams. Boys soccer wrapping up a tough season yesterday at home against Oyster River in that 3-0 loss. But hearts out by all the players, a fantastic effort. Shout out to the 4 seniors, one of them playing here today in Luke Legacy, that have given it their all over their careers. Also like to give a big shout out to the field hockey team falling yesterday in a very tight battle in the Division II quarterfinals at top-seeded Hollis Brookline. Nearly pulled off the upset and a revenge from the 5-1 loss a week ago at home for their final regular season home game. But a 2-1 loss to Hollis Brookline. You're coming in as the 8th seed. It's just, you had a spectacular season for the field hockey program. Well done by Ashley Laufenberg and the rest of the coaching staff and all of the players who really have turned the program around. Most wins since 2017. First playoff really appearance since 2017, getting to the quarterfinals as well. So hats off to them on a fantastic season. Again, we get ready for kickoff here. Bobcats will have possession as Merrimack Valley won the toss, elected to receive in the first half. And remember, they drove down the field, and it was a 95-yard pick six by Jackson Rainier that got Plymouth out ahead. And really, besides this last touchdown at the end by Patridge, that is kind of the difference maker in how this game has been played. You look at Michael Heine, who's been dominant as a tight end for Merrimack Valley. He is really leading the way. In addition to Jack Paris being solid under center as a quarterback, you cannot take, we look at his height and, he's short, he can't see over the line, you might say, but he is playing like he is 6'7". He is having a fantastic day under center. Take nothing away from Plymouth as well, is because they're leading. They're having some great plays downfield. Luke Diamond's finding some good passing opportunities. You've got Ben Valenti, who is absolutely lighting it up downfield with his speed and athleticism. And, of course, Robbie Thorne, again, with a big rushing touchdown here today, and really really dominates inside of the, inside the red zone. So ready to kick off here. So Garcia will kick things off. So we welcome Coach back into the booth.
It's a long walk down there.
Cat Shack is a little ways away. Up and back underway in the second half. It's Marsh from his own 14-yard line. Spins away from pressure, is tackled at the 25, and that's where Plymouth will go back to work.
Marsh on the return.
My wife said she could hear me breathing through my microphone, so I got to watch out for that.
Yeah, I hear it a little bit, but it's all right. Just knows that you're still alive over there.
Yeah, that's a good thing. At my age, it's a good thing.
So Plymouth looking to add some more insurance here in the opening drive if they can. Diamond in the shotgun. Valenti in the backfield with him. Handoff to Valenti. Still going on a counter run through the middle across the 35 out to about the 36. It'll be an 11-yard run for a Bobcat first down.
Well, it's interesting going to a totally different look in the second half.
Yeah.
And which is fine. I mean, you got to run those plays from all different formations you're going to need down the road.
So Logan Trusock will be the wide receiver, number 80 for Plymouth, right side. Diamond under pressure, steps away, get hit as he threw. That one a dangerous pass over the middle intended for Jackson Rainier, but he was covered. But, boy, that could have been a dangerous play.
Well, there was no blocking on the backside. That kid came in untouched. And Diamond had the sense to sense something coming and got out of the way. But puts a lot of pressure when you don't have time to throw.
So Plymouth back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 now. Diamond under pressure, leaves it off, and it's off the fingertips of Russo and falls incomplete. But probably a better of the play because that would have been a loss of yardage with him heading towards the sideline.
Well, they brought both linebackers on that, and he really had to get rid of it quick. He had decent depth, but that pass is one that you don't drill it out there. You just kind of loft it out there a little bit, so it's easy to catch.
So 3rd and 10, Merrimack Valley looking for a 3-and-out here to start the second half. Diamond step back, throws to the right side, and it's nearly intercepted off a couple of hands, looking for Jackson Rainier. It was covered underneath, but there is a flag on the play. It was Chris Babonis who nearly had that into his hands.
Hopefully that's not a holding penalty.
Referees are going to discuss it. It is over in the vicinity of where Jackson and Rainier was the intended target.
Okay.
It's on Plymouth. So we see that Colby Sheffer is slow to get back up. He was the other one that had a chance to make the interception near midfield. as he's being looked at by the coaching staff. And athletic trainer John Bruley from Plymouth will head over and check on him as well. As being on Plymouth, this will be 4th down now, and a punting team will come on for the first time today for either team. And that is exactly what Merrimack Valley needed, Coach.
Well, Plymouth has been running the ball very, very well, and then they broke off into, throwing the football.
Robbie Thorne back to punt it away. Claremont back to receive. He's at his own 27. Good snap, and Thorne has it blocked! Took too long, he has to fall on it. And it's Heine in on the block. Great job of the special teams for Merrimack Valley.
Well, that's unfortunate. I'm not sure where the breakdown was. I couldn't really see it, but certainly breakdown. Nobody should be in there that close, that quick, especially he's got 3 guys in front of him blocking. But also the steps, you should be a 2-step punter or a 3-step punter at the most, and it just took too long for him to develop and kick the ball. So Plymouth defense needs to come too. This is not the game plan we were talking about, hoping for in the first half, but here we are, and Plymouth's going to have to step it up here on defense.
Yeah, not great when your opponent is starting inside the red zone. Handoff Sheffer back into the game after that potential injuries. He's had the wind knocked out of him. Gain of about 3 on the carry.
Brought down by Bryant.
So it looks like, I thought that was Heine, but 33 subbing out. Again, we have a lot of numbers on the field that are not on our roster, so we apologize for that. Back in the shotgun. Paris feeling the pressure in the corners, has it over the middle at his intended target, wide open. But that ball just couldn't pull it in. That was close to being a touchdown. And again, Plymouth really vulnerable in the middle of the field between the hashes here this afternoon in the secondary. Shotgun, option pitch out here. Sheffer left side. Going to be chased down by Jackson Rainier. Maybe a gain of 1, but it will be 4th down and 5.
It was a good, quick reaction by Rainier.
Under 10 minutes ago, 3rd quarter, and we'll see if the kicking unit will come on. And why not? This is Garcia's easy range for him. Little 32-yard chip shot for him by the looks of things. After his 42-yarder earlier in the game in the 2nd quarter. 32-yarder is easily good from distance. And just like that, it's going to be an 8-point ball game. 28-20 now, Plymouth out ahead.
Well, I'd like to see Plymouth go back to what they did in the first half and just control the ball, run the ball. If they see an opportunity, we saw last half, we saw them running to the right, and they had a counter coming back, which was very successful. And, you could do more of that. You could also, you look at where you're at on the field and whatnot, and you can throw some passes. But starting off the second half, it seemed like it was, that's what they went to. And not that they're not capable, they certainly are, but it just went away from the initial play plan that they had.
But hats off to Plymouth's defense to only giving up a field goal with Merrimack Valley starting at their 19 on that drive.
Yep, absolutely, absolutely.
And Logan Marsh and Liam Shannon back to receive at the 5-yard line. Garcia going to kick this one away in just a moment. driven kick, bubbled by Marsh at the 12. Trying to find some blockers, has Russo out in front and gets wrapped up at the 30. Big takedown, but number 33 a little shaken up after that tackle.
Yeah, that was a great tackle by him.
That's one of the
don't have
players.
his number either.
We don't know which number he's listed on the roster, so we apologize for that again. But nevertheless, a great open field tackle by him. But decent field position for Plymouth, I should say, to start here in the second drive of the second half.
Back in the speed sweep formation on the left hash.
It's going to go to Patridge. He'll cut upfield, right up that A gap, and get a couple on the play.
Patridge on the carry.
We haven't seen their double handoff play yet, which has been successful earlier this season.
See if the Pride try to bring more pressure in the blitz like they did the last drive. Worked well for them. Bargwin out wide right. Fallback handoff to Valenti across the 35 out to the 36 with forward progress. It'll be 3rd and 4 for Plymouth.
Plymouth needs to get this first down and get some sustainability here with their drive.
Fallback handoff here. Valenti digging his legs and should have enough with forward progress as he dives over the 40. This one's going to be close.
Yeah. That was what they would call a 214, a 200 formation. And it's a quick hit by the halfback on that side into the guard hole, center guard gap. And it's enough for the first down.
Just barely, but nevertheless a first down for Plymouth at their own 40. Keeping this drive alive, under 7:40 to go, third quarter. 28-20 lead for the Bobcats here on Senior Day. Again, recognizing their 17 seniors before the game. Handoff Valenti, cuts upfield, trying to go north-south across the 45. Gain of at least 5. We'll see where the spot is here.
Brought down by Mount.
No wonder Plymouth just trying to grind down this defense. Again, numbers, Plymouth, more players on the roster can keep fresher legs. That could play a factor here in the second half. In the shotgun, it's low snap, and Diamond has to fall on it back inside his 40. It'll be 3rd and 12 now.
Well, there's some things we haven't seen. We haven't seen a tight end screen. We haven't seen flood pattern on offense throwing the football. At this point, on 3rd down, they may have to throw the football.
Alex Fleury checking back in, number 72. Plymouth needing a big play here for the conversion. Patridge in motion. Handoff to him. Has some blockers out in front across the 45. It'll bring up 4th and 4. See where the spot is. But I'll expect Plymouth to go for it. Traditionally what they've done. No sign of punting coming in here. A lot of confusion on the substitutions. But Plymouth will go for it here. 4th and 4 at the 46. Energy really ramping up here. Diamond rolling away gets away from pressure, throws over the middle, and it's tipped and falls short for Liam Shannon. And that is a big turnover on downs for Merrimack Valley.
Shannon was wide open over in that little flat area, but the ball got tipped, and now we're looking to turn it over on downs.
I mean, Plymouth possibly got away with a hold there on the pressure coming in on Diamond.
Well, I mean, we're talking third quarter here too, so I don't know. I'm not going to second guess the coach. He knows more what's going on than I do.
Nevertheless, Merrimack Valley starting their second drive of the half in Bobcat territory. I formation. Play action as Paris is hit hard. Caught on the near sideline there by Lauren. Across the 40, he took an absolute pop. And looks to be okay. Lauren with a great catch. And a gain of 8 at the 38 of Plymouth. 37 really now, so a 9-yard catch there for Lauren. Merrimack doing everything right here today against Plymouth. Bobcats looking to stop. Handoff, Claremont bouncing out to the left-hand side. Cuts back upfield and keeps the legs turning across the 30.
Big number 77 got hands on the hips there, and he wouldn't let him go, thank God, because he was close to breaking it for a touchdown.
Medeiros there trying to track him from behind and doing well. But another Pride first down. Benches are getting loud. Little pitch up there to Heine. Getting close to the 20 as he's wrapped up by Liam Shannon.
That was a tight end coming across for an inside handoff. Kid like him, big, strong kid running like that was a good play.
We'll mark him down at the 21. A gain of 6 on the carry for Heine. The chess match continues. Again, the offset eye. Claremont with a handoff, has some blockers. Can't get to the sticks, though. Good job by Plymouth plugging up that hole. Looks like it was Cooper Legacy, number 38, with the help of Emmett Nossaman on the tackle.
The D-line had their quick switch there, hoping to get the offense to jump, which they haven't all day. So they've paid strict attention to what Plymouth tries to do on a regular basis, and I think Coach Lamb was hoping for a little bit of some 5-yard penalties based on that, but it hasn't happened today.
3rd and 2 at the 20. Quarterback keeper or direct snap actually instead, and not going to be enough. Direct snap to Claremont. He'll be shy of the first down marker, maybe gain of 1 with forward progress.
Well, I think we may see another field goal.
Why not? You're going to continue to chip away at this lead and make it a 1-possession game, and that'll be huge for the Pride.
No.
That's what.
Well, it looks like they're going. Oh, here he goes. Look, he's stepping it off now. So Magafoot is going to do the kick here. He's got a great.
Garcia is so impressive. But we're going to have a timeout on the field by Merrimack Valley. We'll take a timeout as well. 1:39 to go in the third quarter. It's the Bobcats leading 28-20 on Pemmy Baker TV. Back here to the timeout by Merrimack Valley. Their first charge timeout of the second half. Field goal unit coming on. Oh, correction, they're going to go for it here instead. thought better of it. Say, why not?
They
4th
may,
and 1.
He may run the option to the left-hand side, something quick like that.
Paris in the shotgun, handoff.
Oh, boy.
Sheffer spins inside and then some. He's off to the races and he'll score. A Pride touchdown, so what would have been a field goal before the timeout turns into 6. And we'll see if they go for 2 to tie it up.
Well, with a field goal kicker that can knock them out, I would go for 2 right now. If you don't get it, you're still looking at a 3-point game will still win for you if you can hold Plymouth. But Plymouth's offense has kind of stalled the second half.
Yep, they're going for it.
Would not be surprised to see your tight end
Yeah.
from Merrimack Valley.
Watch out for Heine on that
Michael
left
Heine.
side. Pride trying to tie this game up here after being down 11 at the break. Pitch back, Claremont has some blockers trying to find an angle. Plymouth swallows him up, and he will not convert.
Yeah.
Great job by Plymouth special teams defense.
Well, that was not the play that I would have run. Plymouth stopped that pitch every time it's been run so far.
But a 2-point game, 9 unanswered from Merrimack Valley.
Looking at Robbie Thorne, he's limping, coming off the field.
See how that plays a factor as the game continues on. Again, still plenty of time, still third quarter.
Well, that's maybe why we haven't seen him the second half. He was in on defense, but has not been on offense, I don't believe yet.
Pick up your winnings.
Yeah, you're right. I don't think I've seen him out. Yeah, he hasn't been out there for an offensive snap. Not that we've had too many of them. But nevertheless, we'll see if Marsh can have a good return like he did in the first half. 63-yard return late in the second quarter. High end over end. It's going to go to Shannon at the 10. He'll fumble it, but gather it back up. Has to run to his right. Has some blockers. Liam Shannon down the right sideline across midfield. Still on his feet and pushed out of bounds across the 40.
And no flags.
They'll mark him right at the 40. Great job, Liam Shannon.
And that was a much needed play right there for Plymouth. They're in great field position. Hopefully now they can just chug it on down into the end zone and put up another 7 points.
Plymouth trying to get a first down here in the second half. That jumbo formation. Handoff. With the running back there of Patridge and a loss of 1.
Well, Emmett Nossman got beat on that one. His man made the tackle, and Emmett, I think, was going for his outside shoulder, and the play was on the inside shoulder, so that helped diffuse that play.
Heck of a game here this afternoon for whoever you're rooting for. Closing moments here in the third quarter. Diamond under center, pitch back here to Valenti. Has nowhere to go. Gets back to the original line of scrimmage, trying to see who that was who was waiting for him.
I think it was Marshall Hollins, number 77. D tackle. He was untouched.
72.
Is it 72?
72, and okay. Ryan
Monahan.
Yep, Monahan.
Yeah, well, he did a great job on that. Boy, nobody was blocking him.
Sitting there waiting. Valenti being shifty, able to get forward a yard or so, but 3rd and 10. As the third quarter comes to an end, All Merrimack Valley, they close to within 2 after being down 11 at the half. We head to the final 12 minutes in regulation. It's Plymouth 28, Merrimack Valley 26. You're watching Bobcat football here on Pemmy Baker TV. To the fourth quarter we go. Dan Salter alongside Mike Curry and our staff here on Pemmy Baker TV. Bobcats will have it at the 40 of Merrimack Valley, 3rd and 10. Diamond.
Here's the screen.
10-step drop,
Now
the
that-
screen off to Marsh. Marsh with some room down the sideline. He could go to the house. He's pushed out at the 5.
That was very, very well executed. Luke Diamond got great depth on that. And like I was saying before, you need the quarterback to get deep on that to allow distance so you get the rush coming in. And then you've got Marsh over there all by his lonesome with a couple blockers in front. So that was extremely well-run screen pass.
Love seeing him get to top speed, as you saw in the replay, just getting up and tall and using everything he can. Valenti with Patridge out in front, blocking. He's going to walk in for a Bobcat touchdown.
They call that a 222 fullback power, and that's just direct handoff to the fullback, and he goes off tackle. Great play, but that screen pass is what set it up. And that was the best run screen pass I've seen him have all season.
Absolutely, but more importantly, Plymouth adding to their lead here, 34-26, in the extra point attempt coming from Luke Legacy. Pressure from the edge, won't get there in time, but it's no good. It's missing wide left. So it stays 34-26.
That's too bad. That's an 8-point game versus a 9-point game. 9-point game. An 8-point game they can catch up with a touchdown and a 2-point conversion. 9 they can't. They need to score twice.
So we'll see how that plays a factor here. We'll see what Plymouth does for the kickoff.
And that's unlike Luke. He's been making everything, and unfortunate, but that doesn't happen much with him.
Pride preparing for that little short kick from Legacy with number 8 at the 20. And it is short, a little blooper. 8 will gather it at his own 25 as the Pride get across the 35 to the 36. And a good 11-yard return there to set up this next possession for Merrimack Valley.
Well, when you look at turnovers, I mean, Plymouth's block punt was a key. And again, it comes down to whoever makes the most mistakes is not going to win the football game. But Plymouth is holding on right now. They're up by 8.
Think of how this would be if it wasn't for Jackson Rainier's pick 6 to start the game. There's in shotgun. Handoff Sheffer, stiff arms Shannon, but Shannon will drag him down at the 40 as he thought he wasn't down, and now the whistle.
Brought down by Shannon.
It's a good tackle by Liam.
Good crowd still on hand here on the hillside in front of us. Bright sunshine. It looked like it was going to rain during pregame warm-ups.
Vicious rumor.
Yeah. I'm glad I was wrong about that. Heine lined up in the slot. He'll roll out, but he'll go the other way, and it's caught. Shy of midfield. Looks like that was Claremont. It was number 21. And it's going to be close to a first down.
Well thrown pass. There was only one person that could catch that, and he did.
And
Plymouth.
they are going to give them the first down. Pride. Continuing the drive. Tough handoff. Sheffer's tripped up. He'll be tackled at midfield.
Sheffer on the carry.
I think he stumbled over his own lineman.
Yeah, I think it looked like he caught a foot.
But I think Nossman was in there, and Nossman might even cause the lineman to go down. Bodies on the offensive line are good for the defense because running backs have got to get by them too.
Second and 7 in midfield. Paris in the pocket, throws over the middle, and it's out of reach of his intended target.
The throw was long, but it was good defense on Plymouth's part. Both Rainier and Nate Lyons had their guys covered pretty well, so it was a good job. And I think quarterback got a little bit more pressure there than he's used to. So big play right here.
Bonus, the intended target, number 7 over the middle, but hats off to Paris to able to stay within the pocket and step up and avoid that edge rush. Plymouth doing well, bringing the pressure. Paris airs it out, and it's batted down by Marsh.
It's a great play by Marsh. Now we're looking at 4th down. And one would think they would punt, but you never know. And again, you know, you've got Merrimack Valley going to try to throw the ball long, which they have not been successful with the long pass. They've been the short to medium has been, you know, money for them. But sometimes I think you get a little panicky and want to try to make it up in one play. And Plymouth's not going to let anybody get behind them. They may allow a lot to happen in front of them, but they're not going to let anybody get behind them.
Brody Russo will come in for Marsh as they're going to go for it here on 4th down at midfield. Paris over the middle. It's caught and tackled at the 31. Shannon in on the tackle.
That was a great catch and a great throw.
And it looks like, I'm trying to see who that was. I believe it was Lauren, number 19. Apologize for the wind noise on the microphone as it's picking up here.
It's not me breathing.
No, that time it's not. But a big 4th down conversion for the Pride. Handoff here. Rush up that left side as big number 77, Tyler Medeiros, stops that run. Be a gain of 1. And if Plymouth falls here today, you're looking at a three-way tie for the top of Division II. Handoff, Sheffer, nowhere to go. Brought down, no gain on the run. Plymouth's defense really finding another gear at the moment.
Brought down by the Bureaus for no gain.
We had trips to the left that time. I almost thought they were going to try to run that quick screen to the right, but they did not, just as well.
8 minutes remaining here in regulation. Third and long. Play action as it's caught by Sheffer, well short. Only a gain of about 3 on the catch. I'll give him 4. It'll be 4th and 5. So here you're looking at a 45-yarder, which with the wind quiet right now, it's not a bad idea, but they're going to stick with it and go for it on 4th down again.
Well, you know, if they kick a field goal, it's 29. They're still down by 5. Plymouth takes the ball down to score, then they've got a hard time catching up. So they've kind of got to go for it here.
Pass out near side on the screen. Sheffer still on his feet near the sticks. Oh, it's going to be close.
I think he got it with second effort.
Yards after contact of at least 3 for Sheffer, if not more. Right at the 20, he gets it. My point was going to be if they didn't get the conversion, now you've wasted a chance at 3 points to keep it into a one-possession game, but this is why I'm proven wrong and why I'm up here in the booth.
Well, it would have been 34-29, so they'd be down by 5 still. If Plymouth goes down and scores again, they're up by 12. So they have to score twice again.
Yeah.
So they really had to go for it here because there's only 7 minutes left in the game.
Continuing to count down, 1st and 10, back in the red zone here for the Pride. High formation. Paris going to roll out to his right, going to look downfield, finds his target, and into the end zone is Heine. He caught that at his knees and bounced off a couple of defenders and scores the 20-yard touchdown.
Touchdown, Pride.
Well, they pulled that guard to give the quarterback protection and time, and he did a great job. It gave the quarterback time to let the play develop and set his feet and throw the ball to Heine.
So Merrimack Valley going to try for the 2-point conversion again. They failed their last time, trying to knock this at 34. What a heck of a game we've had here this afternoon.
I'm not sure anybody really expected this, but if you did follow Merrimack Valley, they've got some great strengths offensively, and they're big in the middle. So they've done a great job today. Played a great game.
Trips to the right, 8 in the backfield, handoff to him, and absolutely nowhere for him to go. Alex Fury, number 72, was right there waiting for him.
A little surprised at that. I would have thought that the quarterback rolling out might have been a good option to allow receivers to get free. I mean, I'd be looking at a big tight end for something like that.
So Plymouth continues to lead by 2 with 6:47 to go in regulation. I might want you breathing in because I might want to make sure you don't have a heart attack like me right now with the way this game has gone. Plymouth needing a good return. Just need to bleed clock, charge, work downfield if they can. Garcia again ready to kick it away.
Yeah.
Well, squib kick over the middle. Plymouth with this. Trying to see that.
That's Nossman.
No, that's St. George, number 55.
Oh, 55. Okay, I thought it was.
That's Landon St. George going, look what I found, Mom, and I'm back over midfield.
Well, it was a perfect scoop into his hands. It was like right there. There was no reaching down and fumbling around with it. And he did a nice job. He might put him at halfback or fullback. Did a heck of a job on that. So that gives Plymouth great field position. 6 minutes and 40 seconds left in the game. They're up by 2 points. Ground chuck it down, punch it in, get the extra point, 41-32. Doesn't give Merrimack Valley a lot of room to catch up, but Plymouth's got to control the ball here.
They'll start at the Pride 41-yard line. After that return from St. George, handoff here. It's Patridge across the 35 near the first down marker. Looks like it'll be a gain of at least 8, if not 9.
Patridge with the carry.
As he was held up, he really put both arms on that football, which was a great move on his part because they should be punching and tearing at that ball when you're standing a guy up.
Was a 9-yard rush there for Patridge. And that speed sweep again, Coach. Handoff Valenti. Why not? He's been a workhorse here today. He'll easily get the first down.
You know, they could pretty much run those 2 plays in a row. And the blocking on that has been very good today. You know, you're picking up anywhere from 4 to 7 yards on a carry.
Bobcats will break the huddle. Bargwin again wide out to the left. Handoff Patridge. And gets hammered for a gain of 2.
Patridge on the carry.
Number 3 in on that tackle. We don't have a 3 on our roster. Bobcats from the 25-yard line as Diamond gets the call from the sideline and heads into the huddle. Handoff Valenti. Still spinning forward out to the 21. It's going to be 3rd and 4.
And again, we're in 2-down territory, so Plymouth can power through, hopefully pick up a first down, take more time off the clock, and then keep moving towards the goal line.
Valenti again in the backfield. Patridge in motion, handoff to Patridge, and gets stuffed at the 20. That was Sheffer who dropped his shoulder into him and just stopped him in his tracks. 4:15 and counting here in the 4th quarter. 4th and 3.
Coach May.
Patridge will check out. Logan Marsh is into the game. Same with Cooper Legacy on the left side. As timeout called, a lot of time wasting as the play clock was expiring. So Plymouth will call a timeout. We'll step aside one more time. 3:45 to go in regulation. Bobcats clinging to a 2-point lead. Out of the timeout. Both teams have 2 timeouts remaining here for the final 3:45. Plymouth trying to stay undefeated in a top Division II. Merrimack Valley trying to improve to 500 on the season. Fourth and 3. Marsh handoff left side. St. George out front blocking. He's going to get the first down near the 15.
That was the speed sweep. They haven't run it a bunch, but Marsh has got good speed, and he's generally the guy that they have to take those chores. So nice job, nice call by Coach Chris Sanborn.
But the drive, more importantly, continues for the Bobcats. Under 3.5 and counting with the run game. Now Eli Crane in the backfield. Handoff for Valenti. He'll dive across the 10. Tackle at about the 8-yard line.
First man through.
Again, Sheffer with the tackle, number 1.
You're generally not going to lose any yardage with a quick hit with Valenti. He gets to the line very quickly and slides through there. So it was a nice run. Picking up about, looks like 6.
Yeah, 6-yard carry, 2nd and 4 now. Diamond under center once again. Handoff Crane. Yards after contact, still driving towards the end zone. He'll be tackled at the 1. Great job.
And that's going to give him first. Is that first and goal?
First and goal from the 1.
So they got 4 shots to get it in. Looking at 2:16 left in the game. And again, you got to make sure you keep both hands on the football, protect that thing.
So Robbie Thorne not in. We saw him hobbling around here in the second half. Luke Diamond still under center. Last 3 or 4 weeks they've been protecting him in this situation since Kingswood. Valenti and Crane in the backfield. Handoff. Valenti gonna cut up, take some contact,
Touchdown,
and fall in for a Bobcat touchdown.
I'll tell you, there were 11 MV players in the box on that. There was no question what was going to happen, where it was going to go.
But a 40-32 lead. And this extra point is critical to make it a true 2-possession game with 1:49 remaining. High snap, though. And it is good. Plymouth ahead by 9, and that might be it. We'll see how fast Merrimack Valley can try to get downfield here.
Well, again, with we got a 9-point lead. It's going to be tough to score twice, I think, in 1:49. But
that's why Legacy's extra point is so critical right there after missing his last one.
Yeah, absolutely. And I mean, if the thing is that you know you're going to see if MV is able to go down and score, they're going to be onside kicking, and that's a whole nother thing. But Plymouth right now has just got to let nobody get behind them. They should pooch this ball, I would expect, to take away from a potential long return.
Heine and Claremont deep, number 8 right in front of them. Say if the wind was blowing in Bobcats' favor, I would just have him hammer it through the end zone. But not going to take that risk here. See what Wook Legacy does with a kickoff.
Yeah, he's
a little chip shot here to number 3 at the 30, and he's just going to fall down. And you know what? That's not a bad idea.
Well, he had plenty of time to run, though. I mean, he probably told, if that ball comes to you, like, grab it and fall down. So they'll start at the 30. But, well, it's not going to be much of a question what these guys are going to be doing. They're going to be taking out all the stops and throwing the football.
Plymouth will have to drop back in that protect defense. See what they do. 1:47 remaining. Merrimack Valley down by 9. Offset eye. Paris going to roll out to his right. Gets hit as he throws. They're looking for Sheffer. And it looked like St. George was a one in with a pressure, number 55.
Tell you, St. George has been impressive today. He's got good speed. That's huge at this point to take away plays like that, because they're looking at 2nd and 10, and they got a long way to go. Talking 70 yards to the end zone.
Heine in the slot, right side. 4 wide receivers split evenly. Paris, 3-step drop, gonna throw over the middle. It's intercepted by Liam Shannon. Shannon down the right sideline, looking to ice it, and he's in for a Bobcat touchdown. The second pick 6 of the game, and Plymouth will hold on here on Senior Day.
Well, it was a great pick, and the quarterback had some pressure. He threw into a bunch of guys. So it was probably, with the pressure like that, it forces you to do desperate things. And it was a great pick. He had great position, and he brought it back to the house.
So Plymouth, unless something crazy happens here in the final 89 seconds of the game, will hold on for victory here on Senior Day.
Well, and this score is nowhere near indicative of the game itself, because the Merrimack Valley has been in the game the whole time and putting the pressure on, and they've done a phenomenal job today.
From looking at film from them this season, I think this is by far the best game that they have played cohesively all over the field. Plymouth, but the Bobcats, though, have been able to adjust. They've made the right adjustments here in the second half and haven't given up the big yardages like we saw in the first half.
Yeah. Well, and the other thing, too, you look at they scored 48 points. That's pretty much their average, I think, for the season. So the offense is producing. Tommy Lamb, I'm sure, is going to have a lot to say with the defense and try to think of some other things, because anybody that scouted this game is going to look at where Plymouth may not be as strong, and they're going to try to play to that going forward. And we'll see what happens. But Plymouth can move on to the last game of the season against St. Thomas down there, and hopefully we'll have good results and then go into the first round of the playoffs.
Hopefully being the number 1 seed as well. We'll see how things fare out here, as this one's going to be kicked just well away. Heine will fumble it at his 5 and runs into a wall across the 15. So we look at Merrimack Valley. They're going to be at home for their Senior Day next week on November 1st against Pembroke. It'll be a Friday night kickoff at 6:30 p.m. Again, Plymouth traveling to St. Thomas and Dover for a 6 p.m. kickoff. That coverage will be with Bobcat Media NH in Studio 48. It will not be here on PBTV. Paris in the shotgun, gets drilled as he throws. It falls incomplete at the 30.
Nice play by Rainier. He was right there on his back and pulled that arm away.
Barbonis, the intended target. Shannon with the coverage.
They tried running the other receiver down, out, and down, but I'm just not sure the quarterback can reach him. And the quarterback has done a nice job. He get a little bigger and a little stronger, but he's been right on the money. Had a great day, personally, throwing the football.
Yeah, only a junior. There's Jack Paris. In the shotgun, Paris, quick throw here, falls short, incomplete for 33.
Yeah. You still got to step and throw it. You can't just throw the ball out there without a step. That came up short. And now they're looking at 3rd and 10.
So with this, Plymouth will at least lock up a top 2 spot because they have the tiebreaker over Trinity, who are 7-1. So even if Plymouth loses next week, they'll be at least the number 2 seed by winning the East. Quick throw here, low pass is caught, as that was Claremont near the first down marker with 1:02 to go and counting. Actually, they mark him well short.
Pass complete to Claremont. Brought down by Lewison.
It'll be 4th down here for the Pride. 4th and 5 officially.
And essentially, by punting, they're just giving up at this point. And, it would be too hard to come back anyway. So,
Again, take absolutely nothing away from Merrimack Valley here today. Played absolutely outstanding, as they're just going to bleed the clock off as much as possible.
Yeah.
And they'll take a timeout. Oh, they're going to snap it off instead. High spinning kick, though. It'll be a friendly Bobcat bounce. It'll die at the 46. And Plymouth, with 2 seconds, will take a knee and end the game.
well, it's been a good football afternoon.
This really looked like it could be and should have been an upset. But Plymouth able to hold on here this afternoon.
Yeah, I was extremely impressed with Merrimack Valley. Well coached. They had great play calling. They've got enough core athletes that can run and catch the football, and the quarterback just did a great job. Their line was tough. They gave the quarterback time to throw. They were big kids. Coach Lamb pretty much nailed it in terms of the guys that could run the football and break big ones, and the tight end and whatnot. But no, Merrimack Valley is nothing to be ashamed of. They're a good football team. I just hope that they can, with the juniors who will be seniors next year, since it looked like an all junior-senior team, can hang in there as a core and have some young kids stepping up to fill positions so they can build the program a little more.
Diamond will kneel down in victory formation as we go final here this afternoon, as Plymouth takes it 48-32. And Coach, any final thoughts?
No, I think that Coach Sanborn and Coach Lamb will definitely be working hard with these kids. There may be a little yelling and screaming, and films will not be fun. But they're going to have to really take a look at some of the things they need to do going forward, because anybody that scouts this game is going to look at where are the weaknesses, where can we outmatch them, and it's going forward. The teams like Sauhegan and Pelham, and you look at Trinity, and those teams are all real good football teams, and Plymouth's got their work cut out for them, but they'll be up to the task. But
you can't look past next week at
No.
St. Thomas. I mean, they're coming off of 2 stellar defensive games, 4 wins to make it to 4-4 heading into the final week of the season. They beat Milford back on the 18th, 42-6, and then had an absolutely defensive battle last night at Kingswood, coming away with a 7-6 victory.
Yeah.
So Plymouth, it's not going to be a cakewalk at all next Friday night.
And Kingswood, we saw this year, was really a much better team than they've had in a number of years. And, they played Plymouth pretty tough. I believe, what was it, 28-14?
26-14.
26-14. And that game was not over till it was over. So,
no, because
you're right.
It was 14-13 at the half in favor of Kingswood. Plymouth kind of pitching that shutout, so to speak, in the second half, but still.
Yeah.
This is it's going to be a tough one. Hats off to Merrimack Valley. A fantastic effort here today. By far their best game of the season. We wish them the best of luck next week at home against Pembroke in their season finale. Plymouth will take on St. Thomas next Friday night. They are unofficially waiting for all the tiebreaker scenarios and the season to officially end, but our champions of the East will be at least a 2 seed for the tournament in a couple of weeks' time. But for all of us here with Pemmy Baker TV, our Alexander's behind the scenes, Alexander Shin running the camera. Alexander Mitchell joining us here in the second half from running the end zone camera for the team here on production. For my partner, Mike Courier, I'm Dan Salzer. Final score for the final time here today. Bobcats win it on Senior Day, 48-32. We'll see you for the postseason here on Pemmy Baker TV.